Here.
Hello?
Have you checked the children?
They're all Todd's own. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid!
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Gingy. Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. Gentlemen, I am pain.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
I think he's in trouble.
Julie, this guy, if he can't take a joke, he stinks.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
Greetings, Flesh Wound Radio freaks, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Flesh Wound Radio. I am Daniel Shine, joined as always by the most iconic pervert in all horror podcasts, Todd Loya. Todd, how goes the day? How goes that sex cult, Todd? R. Kelly taking the fall, man. You're clear.
Right. All goes well. Other than that.
There you go, keeping them in line. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
got to make sure they don't escape, Todd. There you go.
It happens.
It happens. It happens. You chase them down. You know, it's just another day at Todd's pleasure dungeon. It's all good. So how are you, Todd? Big show tonight.
Yeah, I'm good. Busy as always, but good week. Little bit different tonight, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, a little bit different. We got some. Well, we got like two big announcements. One here in just a moment, and one coming in our second half. So did you, Todd? Did you see your favorite rapey '80s romantic comedy remake over the weekend?
Damn, did it already come out? I knew it was coming. I missed. I did not.
How did you miss Overboard, Todd? You didn't, man. That's How did you miss that, Todd?
I've been really busy. Shit, I didn't know it came out this last weekend.
There you go, Todd. I'm totally disappointed in you, Todd.
I'm kind of disappointed in myself. Because, as I said, that is my favorite romantic comedy. But that's only because people told me I can't pick Last House on the Left, so I have to.
Shit, I'm kind of picturing Overboard with David Hess. Would have been pretty funny.
I think that's probably the only person
I have you piss your
recast.
pants all the time. What are you talking about?
I think that's the only person you can replace Kurt Russell with, and I'm okay with.
Fuck. I love Kurt Russell, but yeah, I'm liking David Hess as Snake Plissken. I'm liking David Hess in just about everything. No offense to Kurt Russell, but yeah, fuck Todd. That's like God. Now I'm sad. We're never gonna get to see. We're never gonna get to see Snake Plissken. Played by one David Hess. It's depressing. David Hess should play everything. I really would have liked to have seen David Hess as Jesus. David Hess is just everything.
Hold on. Let me pick the right movie. All right. Damn. What is your favorite buddy comedy? Let's go with that.
Favorite buddy comedy.
I'm going to recast
Wow. That is
it's a hard
tough.
One. All right.
Yeah,
well,
buddy comedy.
All right. Well,
That's
I'll
really
do.
tough.
I'll do. It is okay. I'll do Lethal Weapon recast with David Hess and Joe Spinell. How's that?
There you go. They fuck you at the drive-thru, and then they rape them at the drive-thru. It's all good. They fuck you. It's all God. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I want to see the David Hess, Joe Spinell comedy.
I want to see Midnight Run with them also.
Dude. That's so fucking cool. We need to create posters. We'll never get the movies, but we need to create fucking posters now. I mean, shit.
Yeah, that would. Yeah. I think that one's pretty easy.
You can't. Oh God, anything. I could pick any fucking movie. Just like open like a fucking like movie guide, flip it, and it would be better with David Hess. Absolutely.
Right.
Michael Myers, shit, making Laurie piss her pants. I mean, it's there you go. No one's gonna bitch about that. I guarantee there's gonna be a lot of bitching about the new Halloween, but ain't nobody bitching about that shit if David Hess is Michael Myers. Yeah, so
right.
Alas, what might have been. So wow. Well, this will be like the whole fucking show. We won't even have our guests on, so we better move away from this. But we're gonna revisit it because that shit's gotta happen.
If we need to fill time, we know what we're talking about. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Spinell is Silent Bob. I know David Hess looks nothing like Jason Mewes, but it'll fucking work. I mean, it's got to happen. But anyways, moving on. So this isn't the whole show. I don't think anybody would mind, but got to move on. All right. So we really don't have a lot of news beyond our announcements, but there was a couple things that I thought were kind of cool if you want to spend the money. DiabolicDVD.com had some interesting titles up on Blu-ray, region-free Blu-rays, at least for the ones I'm mentioning. They have the French zombie exploitation flick, Revenge of the Living Dead Girls, which is all region. Some of these are a little pricey, but they also have the unnameable for you Lovecraft fans, although Todd tells me, and I did hear this forever ago, that Unearthed Films does have those. So probably going to wait on that one because it's a steep price tag, but there's several others. The big one being May, the Lucky McKee classic from the early 2000s, which, as far as I'm aware, this has never been on Blu-ray anywhere before.
No.
This is limited. It's a Blu-ray combo, all region. It's expensive. It's $39, so it's $39.99. That's a great film, though.
Oh, I love it. That's one I worry about as soon as I do it. Lionsgate's going to announce it.
Yeah, and that's my thing. It's like, that's got to be fairly high up for the potential Vestron line. I mean, we're getting Dagon. May is still, that movie has legs. I mean, there's not a lot post-2000s that didn't, make a shit ton of money in theaters or something that still really has legs. People, unfortunately, forget about most new horror movies, which is a shame. But that one still has legs, so I'm kind of like, $40. That's rough.
Right.
I don't even know what country this one's coming from, but man, I'm tempted though on that one. We'll see. Todd will get it, then I'll probably get it because he bullies me into shit. But but we'll see. They're up there. DiabolicDVD.com, and there's some others too, but those are some of the big ones. Only other bit of news I have, which I thought was cool, the Purge TV series has cast its lead, which is Fiona Dourif, of course, the recent Child's Play films. And I'm a huge fan of her. I'm a huge fan of Dirk Gently, which she's on, and she's slayed pretty much everything she's been in. And that's also kind of interesting because there's also apparently going to be a new Chucky series. So you got to think maybe she might pop up in that if that has anything to do with the recent films. So, yeah, some interesting TV stuff coming your way. All right, so that's all I have in terms of news. So we'll get to our first announcement, the first of two tonight. And our first announcement is the Flesh Wound Girls are officially coming within the next 2 weeks. We don't have an official date yet.
You have to word your sentences better. I'm just saying it. I'm sure listeners
What did I do?
Caught that. I'm just going to let it go out of respect to the girls. The Flesh Wound Girls are coming.
Oh, well. How do you know, Todd? You don't know what they're doing. Don't make assumptions, Todd.
You can't throw that one out there and I'm not going to comment on it.
Well, fuck, you know that's going to be the banner now, Todd. The Flesh Wound Girls are coming. I'm going to double down on that shit, Todd. I do not care. Flesh Wound Girls are coming. I don't care. You got a filthy mind, Todd. It's not my, our listeners know about you.
I know.
Man can't.
I'm honestly shocked.
Man can't.
I'm honestly shocked you didn't think of that when you were saying it.
Well, I my mind is not in the gutter, Todd. I am a more refined gentleman than you. Yes, you're offending me right now, Todd. Absolutely, yes. You should apologize. That's dirty talk, Todd. Dirty talk. We don't do that here. Anyways, they are on the way within the next couple weeks, and we are, I know a lot of people, it is a bit of a sausage fest here, Todd and I, we have similar-ish opinions on things, so we're going to occasionally have the female perspective on the show, and looking for. Mm-hmm.
And I was just saying, not only that, we'll have more guest reviewers. Also, I mean, not just females. We want a bigger female presence, but I know we will have Pugs on more regularly too. So.
Have you ever Croc Dundee Pugs? You don't know. He could fit into the Flesh Wound Girls canon.
I have not, so
You haven't. There you go. There you go. Anybody at the UEW arena is going to be grabbing Pug's crotch very soon. Hopefully somebody will. If we influence that, there you go. So, low blow. There you go. Clock him at the merch table. Then we'll know. If not, Pugs is back. We don't care what's going on down there. We love having Pugs on. So, there we go. Hopefully you got the Croc Dundee reference. I'm still disappointed that we're not getting the Danny McBride Crocodile Dundee. That's sad. That's sad. I was hoping that wasn't
a lot of people were. I mean, I wanted to see that too after that. But, alas. Nope.
I know that there was a good chance of that sucking, but if it came off right, that would have been fucking hilarious. But yes, lots of and this is only one announcement. We got the other one coming later. But lots of new stuff coming to Flesh Wound Radio, so tune in. And not sure who and when, but we will have the lovely Jessica and Claire coming on soon, and several others, and Pugs. There you go.
Yes.
We're gonna Flesh Wound Girls coming soon. We're gonna have Pugs and Pugs in the middle, and there you go. We'll make a banner.
The one thing I know we don't have to worry about Pugs is we don't have to worry about offending them the first episode and never hearing back from them.
I have put it out there.
And that's not just a crack at the ladies. I think, yes, our former co-host on the old show would not be able to handle this. He was afraid to come on last week because we were going to have a different. Well, he was afraid to come on last week because we might have differing opinions, or because we did have differing opinions. So.
Yeah. Todd, you're driving everybody away, Todd. I am a refined gentleman. Todd is clearly the bad influence here, but that's
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's how it goes. They all know, the ladies know about us, so I think hopefully it'll be okay. So, anyways, Todd, I think that's all I've got in terms of news. We can get right into our reviews, unless I missed something. If there's something you caught that I did not.
No, not that I can think of.
All right.
So we're good.
All right.
I said, so we're good.
So we're good. All right. Sweet. All right. We'll get right into it with Scream Factory's new Blu-ray of the 1972 satanic shocker, Daughters of Satan. And from the back cover, be careful what you wish for with this spellbinding thriller that delves into the realms of ancient covens and the conquistadors who loathe them. Tom Selleck delivers a commanding performance as James Robertson, an antique dealer living in Manila. James buys a Spanish painting dating back to 1592 from an art gallery because the painting depicts 3 witches being burned at the stake, and one of the witches has an uncanny resemblance to his wife, Chris. But the similarity turns out to be much more than a coincidence when Chris becomes possessed by the spirit of her evil doppelganger. She soon meets 2 local women who resemble the other 2 witches from the painting. The 3 decide to murder James as he may be a descendant of the conquistador responsible for the burning of the original coven. All right, so this is way back from 1972, a little pre-Magnum PI Tom Selleck, which is always fun.
I said it was one of Tom Selleck's mustache's earliest rules.
It was indeed. I was actually disappointed that the mustache didn't become possessed and start killing people in the movie. That didn't happen. It should. We should get a remake of this. It could happen. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, I still would have liked to have seen, because Tom Selleck was originally cast as Indiana Jones, and his Magnum PI duties didn't allow him to do it. Would it have been as iconic? I don't know. Would have been interesting to see him as Indiana Jones, but
that's a good question.
Yeah, kind of tough. We could have had Tom Selleck in Witness, and Tom Selleck in all sorts of shit, probably.
I think the later one would have probably been better.
Probably.
Tom Selleck may be, they have to be similar ages, but I don't know. Harrison Ford, he's just too old for Indiana Jones, and yes, we have another one. I only like the first. I only like the first 2. I don't even like the Sean Connery one. Not a fan.
Really?
I'm the oddball on that one. Yeah, I never got into the Last Crusade.
I don't like it as much as the first 2, and I don't like the newest one, but I don't dislike it. But Selleck would have
half the cast doesn't even like it. I agree.
And I do agree he's too fucking old. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's just stretching it a little bit too much. But on to Daughters of Satan. Tom Selleck did actually. My favorite of his pre-fame 70s flicks is Terminal Island, which Code Red put out, but I think Vinegar Syndrome's putting that on Blu-ray soon, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. And that's actually my favorite. This one, if you're a big Tom Selleck fan, I could see this probably rising up a few notches for you. It's fun. I have a thing for 70s satanic themed horror flicks. Even if they're not very good, there's just something I don't know, something about it. They're usually moody and, fun to watch. This one's not a great flick, but it's fun. It's fun. It's great seeing Filipino legend Vic Diaz, who has been in fucking everything. Living legend, I should say. He's still alive. From the 50s into the 2000s. I mean, that guy has been in The Big Birdcage, Super Beast, which this was originally a double feature with, Black Mama, White Mama, Vampire Hookers, Raw Force. I mean, the list goes on and on. That guy's an icon, and he plays the antique dealer here. And it's always great seeing him. And it's also interesting that it opens with Selleck in a red sports car, kind of foreshadowing Magnum PI. This is a very slow-paced movie. It's one that it's one that if you haven't dipped your toes in this genre, I don't know that this is the best place to start. There is a little bit of nudity. Anything that opens with a girl getting whipped and her feet being impaled with bamboo certainly gets the Todd seal of approval. So there is some bare breasts, and we get a Rottweiler named Nicodemus, which was fun. But it is a little on the slow side. It's not. This one almost felt like it took it a little too serious. I mean, it's not. This is definitely not Rosemary's Baby. It's probably one that should have maybe upped the sleaze factor a little bit, but I think it's a solid drive-in satanic exploitation flick. What do you think of this one, Todd?
It seems like you're a little too forgiving on this one. My nostalgia on this one is not. I think I've seen it once before. It's a little. Yeah, it's a slow burn, but not in the good way. I found myself checking the time a few times on this one. It needed to move a little brisker, and I think it's going to be a problem for a lot of younger viewers. I mean, I agree. It doesn't even bother me when something's slow, and I felt myself that this was dragging. It's one of those that I think there's going to be a nostalgia factor for people. So if you're not already there, it's going to be hard to jump in on it now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I can. Yeah, if you're not either a Tom Selleck fan or you didn't see this maybe when you were younger, I don't see it blowing your mind. I did love the attempted seduction scene with Tom Selleck where he completely no-sells the boobs, and the chick is like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to rape you." And he totally just fucking no-sells the tits. I mean, you could tell he was going to be a great actor. I don't know if I could have avoided looking down, but it's just like, yeah, I'm interested in this painting. I don't care about your satanic boobies. Yeah, that was the funniest part. I will say that's the funniest part. But it is weird. This one's not it's not quite bad enough to be funny, and it's not quite good enough to be a scary horror flick. But yeah, I didn't hate it. I just, this genre, I hadn't seen this in a long time. I think my opinion, though, is pretty much what it's always been. It's interesting because Scream Factory did put out I want to say the same time, Super Beast, which this was
a couple weeks ago.
Always paired with on double features back in the 70s. So if you want a retro experience, you can watch those back-to-back drive-in style. There are no extras on this. I would have liked to have seen Tom Selleck, talk up his early work. But I will say, at one point in an interview, I don't know where, I can't remember where, but he does actually reference this movie. I'll have to dig it up. I don't know. Yeah, he does reference this somewhere. Something where I don't know, they were chatting up like early work, and he mentioned something about this. I don't know. I can't remember the term he used, but it was actually pretty funny, and it was kind of cool that he wasn't ashamed of it. He wasn't Jennifer Aniston Leprechaun, selling the movie. He was fine acknowledging that he did it. So yeah.
Well,
for me, this one's a 2.5.
To be fair, I was going to say you've seen Leprechaun.
Yes. Well, I always thought that was kind of bitchy of her, though. It's like, you're already a fucking superstar. I mean, what, a year later, I think she was on Friends. So it's like, who cares? The fact that you did a goofy little horror movie before doesn't hurt your career at that point. I don't know. That was,
I'm not arguing with you.
Shannon,
but
yeah.
I give it, I have a 3 down, so.
Okay. Oh, wow. You actually ended up being kinder than I was. I gave it a 2.5, but
I know.
but yeah, it won't blow your mind, but I still enjoyed it. All right. So yes, that's Daughters of Satan. We'll have to review. I've been wanting to revisit Terminal Island, but Vinegar Syndrome, did they announce that, or is that just rumored? I can't even remember.
No, they teased it, and they basically announced it when the other company was releasing it. It was just a future undated title, so sometime this year.
All right. Yeah, so yeah, we'll cover that. I always liked that one actually quite a bit. So yeah, we'll cover that. And Todd, you will also have to track down Tom Selleck's 1974 TV movie with Elizabeth Montgomery, A Case of Rape. It sounds very very taboo for a 70s TV movie, and it stars Elizabeth Montgomery from Bewitched. I was doing some research on some of Selleck's early work, so that one actually sounds like it could be unintentionally hilarious.
Send me the name of it again, and I will see if I can find it. Actually, I'm going to do it right now since we got a couple minutes. Well,
1974's A Case of Rape. All right, we'll send it to you.
A Case of Rape. Yes.
Sounds like a very un-PC, potentially. I don't know. I never saw it. I know it must have been a popular TV movie back in the day, but yeah, that one might be a little more funny in terms of pre-fame Tom Selleck, but
I can find it.
But anyways, you did. Okay. Well, maybe we'll have a retro review then. I have so many inappropriate jokes for that one, but I'll save it if we ever do it. All right, so our next review, which is, a very different film. It's from Epic Pictures, the same company that put out the recent film Terrifier, which we reviewed, the clown.
Technically, I think that's Dread Central, and Epic Pictures distributed it.
Oh, okay. Todd for the save. I apologize.
Same thing you do. You do that with Scream Factory and IFC too. They're still separate entities.
They are. I do forget that. So, but anyway, the distributor.
That's what I'm here for.
Todd keeps me in check, and I keep him from being. I'll keep him from making our guests disappear. It works. It works itself out. So this one, very, very different film from Terrifier, which we liked. Some people didn't. But this is a stab at old-fashioned gothic horror, and it is called The Lodgers. And this one takes place in 1920 rural Ireland, where Anglo-Irish twins Rachel and Edward share a strange existence in their crumbling family estate. Each night, the property becomes the domain of a sinister presence, which enforces 3 rules upon the twins. They must be in bed by midnight. They may not permit an outsider past the threshold. If one attempts to escape, the life of the other is placed in jeopardy. When troubled war veteran Sean returns to the nearby village, he is immediately drawn to the mysterious Rachel, who in turn begins to break the rules set out by the lodgers. The consequences pull Rachel into a deadly confrontation with her brother and with the curse that haunts them. All right, so they are currently taking, is it pre-orders, or can you actually get this now from their website? Because I know you can't get it on Amazon yet.
No, it is. You can pre-order it now.
Okay.
I'm looking up the street date. I don't have it in front of me. Thank you, Dan.
Soon-ish. We'll put the link on our Flesh Wound Radio Facebook page, which you should join. But yeah, this one, you can get it soon-ish. Todd, what did you think about this one? Because it's very hard for certainly for a film without a huge budget to tackle gothic old school horror in 2018. How did this one do for you?
Well, first I want to say it will begin ship, or it comes out May 29th this month, following on the heels of the sold out release of Terrifier. For the film itself, I thought it was very beautifully shot. It was a very interesting story. It did, in my opinion, I think it did the gothic theme right on what felt like a smaller budget. They weren't trying to go too big with it, and it made for a very interesting film.
Yeah, it did. It's a very beautiful film. It's from the director of Let Us Pray, which was pretty good, and it has a very fairy tale like feel to it. It's not. It's not a horrifying movie. I don't see this necessarily scaring the shit out of anyone. But if you kind of like, again, I hate name dropping somebody like a Guillermo del Toro, but if you like films kind of in that realm, heavy on the romance and spooky, but not particularly scary, I think you'll enjoy it. It does have a small role from The Strain's David Bradley. Always great seeing him as Birmingham, the lawyer who is trying to take control of the estate. This is. I dug it. It sounds like kind of a backhanded compliment, but I think it would be a great date flick for you horror couples out there. But nothing. Like I said, nothing too heavy. It just a little more heavier on the romantic front, which is fine. If you like films like The Others, you should enjoy this. And it's very tough to pull this off. It's very tough to pull off a gothic horror period piece of all things for not a whole lot of money. The house looked great. The wardrobe looked great. It was a small enough cast, I think, that they were able to properly pull this off. I enjoyed it. Not necessarily what I was expecting it to be, but it's also kudos. It's not a heavy CG flick. There's mostly all practical effects, and I thought they all worked quite well. I could even see some people enjoying this a little more than Winchester, actually, which we covered not that long ago. It's somewhat predictable, but yeah. And yeah, Todd. I mean, how does this stack up for you? We've reviewed some similar films like this recently. I was impressed with it.
Yeah, I was too, and I'd actually put it a little. I put it. It's hard because like I did really dig it, but compared to some of the other stuff, shoot. I don't know. Rank wise, that's a good question. Something, yeah. Well, where do you put it? I wasn't expecting that.
In terms of recent attempts that I've seen, I'd say this ranks pretty high.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, but ghost movies in general rarely kind of get under my skin, so I don't know. It might be scarier to some of you, paranormal aficionados than it was to me. There's nothing wrong with a sort of more fairy tale blended horror flick once in a while. I dug it. I would have been okay seeing this in theaters. It's a lot better than what did I see theatrically recently? Well, certainly a lot better than Truth or Dare. That might not be saying much, but not that was a gothic horror flick, but it was a shitty horror flick. So this one's not shitty, and very different film from Terrifier. This was pretty much one I didn't even really know much about it going in. I just kind of popped it in and didn't realize it was a period piece. And when you can pull that off, that's awesome. I've written a couple period piece scripts, and when it came down to actually kind of figuring a budget, it was just almost impossible. I've seen Civil War type period pieces in the horror realm. They just can't pull it off. Wardrobe alone is a killer. This one I thought did a great job, actually. I wouldn't mind ordering this actually fairly soon. I probably will. It's not a classic, and there are no spoilers, but it does tread some similar ground to a recent big horror release in the past few years, I guess, a couple years, that it goes into. You'll know it, but that wasn't the first film to do it either. So it's not really a criticism. It's just, okay, I've seen that before. But overall,
It's just a comment. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not criticism.
Yeah, it's okay. There's not a lot of new ground you can really tread in a lot of these films now, but yeah, I dug it. I really appreciate the mostly all practical effects. This one really didn't go crazy on really terrible ghost visuals. It did it practical when it could. And great locations. It's a beautiful film. I give it 3.5. I will probably order this. I think it's only $14.99 too, so it's not.
Yeah, it's a good price.
Huh? Yeah.
It's a good price.
Yeah, it's a very good price actually. A lot of times in self-distribution you'll get crazy price tags. So yeah. Todd, what say you?
I'm a 3. I definitely
okay.
Check it out.
Did you watch this one with the wife?
I did not.
Oh, okay. I know she's not a big horror fan, but I was going to say this one might be one she would have watched. Has your wife watched any horror movies with you? I know it's rare.
But not lately. Not lately. The whole almost 2-year-old.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was going to say, did any particular movie ever get you heat with her? Because I've had a few over the years with
I got two
girls.
funny ones. One was Toxic Avenger 4, the retard scene at the opening bothered her. and
the retard
two,
scene got her.
Yeah, yeah. And 2, when she was asleep, or I thought she was asleep, I started watching Chaos. She woke up and was like, "Nope," and ran out of the room.
Well, I've never shown anybody a movie quite that hardcore, at least on a date, Todd. I mean, Hostel ruined a date for me. A date walked out of that.
I was going to say
Eden Lake. Ooh, Eden Lake traumatized a girl. I that was like actually a big incident. But I didn't think the kids dying thing was that big a deal. I'm not a big kids guy, so that I don't know. That didn't bother me that much. But it bothered her. Tears. That one was bad. So yeah, all right, Chaos though, Todd. I would have known better on Chaos. I didn't think Eden Lake was that bad, but yeah,
well,
you should have known better about
to
Chaos.
Watch. I just was watching it. She was asleep, I thought.
There you go. Well, it might have been the fact that you were masturbating, Todd. In fairness, that might have creeped her out a little bit. You know, not the movie. The Vaseline, the Kleenex. You were enjoying it in a way you shouldn't have been enjoying it, Todd, and I think that's what upset her. But you know, that's you. To each their own. So, all right. So I do have a solo review for you guys. This one actually a bit early. I don't think it's actually out till June, but the pre-order is up, and this is from Wild Eye Releasing, and the director duo of Milko Davis and Thomas Martwick, and this is called The Jurassic Dead, and it follows a unit of mercenaries must team up with a group of tech geek students after America is struck with an EMP. Deep in the desert, they find the source of the terror, a mad scientist who has just created a living dead T-Rex dinosaur, one who turns everything it attacks into a zombie. Now they must scramble to stay alive and save the planet from the ultimate undead predator. All right, so there have been a few Jurassic Park cash-in flicks. More than a few, but lately there's been a few different ones that weren't that great. This one I actually had a lot of fun with. Strangely enough, and there's a lot of CG in this flick, but oddly enough, they do at times actually have a practical dinosaur, which was interesting. You rarely see that anymore. And I very much appreciated it. It kind of gave me flashbacks of Carnosaur, which was nice. The T-Rex is more of a raptor. It's definitely not a T-Rex, but it's advertised as such. But nonetheless, I did appreciate that. There is CG. I mean, there's CGI gunfire. There's CGI explosions. But kudos, the most important thing. Did feature some old school effects, which was nice. And the premise I thought was actually pretty hilarious. But it's not a movie that goes too stupid. It plays it serious enough that when the comedy comes, it's not, beating you over the head. At one point, there's even a cat that gets reanimated that was pretty amusing. I dug this one. The SWAT group was hilarious. And I'm not a video game fan, but even I picked up on this. There is a character that is basically Duke Nukem. Quite literally, it is Duke Nukem. This guy is like a Duke Nukem cosplayer. And, oh man, he's like the second coming of Brian Bosworth. At one point, and this might be one of the funniest fucking things I've seen in a movie so far this year, he has a gun. He throws it down. Now, mind you, this is more of a raptor than a T-Rex. Throws the gun down, fucking starts punching the shit out of this dinosaur, knocks it out cold, knocks its teeth out, and walks away. It had to be the most funny fucking scene I have seen in ages. This is not a sci-fi original or anything either. This was, I don't know. I actually got more laughs at this than I have the average sci-fi original lately. When the dinosaur's head hits the ground and the teeth come out, I popped for it. I have to say I had a lot of fun with this. Jurassic Park, it's not, but you should know better. And a lot of, I'm not going to say this film has good acting. It doesn't, but the characters were very memorable, particularly the redneck SWAT guy, who I thought was really funny, and it's kind of funny how he goes out. Minor spoiler alert, but you kind of know that's coming. So yeah, I dug it. Kind of an interesting villain, and I think we could possibly get a sequel to this one. So on the B movie scale of ratings, I give this one a 3.5. I actually had a good time with it. It's just be in the mood for something dumb and fun. Jurassic Dead will do it for you. So yes, maybe it was just the boxing scene.
I don't know. All I know is it sounds like it's something I'm still going to definitely check out soon.
Yes.
It sounds fun.
I'm going to say I would prefer this guy as Duke Nukem than John Cena. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm still kind of disappointed at that, but it is what it is.
You're not a part of the Nation?
I'm not a part. I'm not. I'm kind of curious to see how. Well, people keep talking like this is a new movie run. I'm like, did you forget about 12 Rounds in the Marine? He's kind of already had a run at Hollywood, but I don't know. Do you think he's going to be a big star, Todd?
I hope so.
Well, I know why you hope so, but I don't know. I don't know if I just don't. He does comedy well. Blockers was pretty funny, but I don't really see him as a diverse, Rowdy Piper or Rock type actor for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it's just, I don't know. Actor to.
I'm thinking something. When we did our announcement earlier, did we leave out the day change?
We did. Oh, we did. Yes, we will be on Wednesdays now. We did leave that out, Todd.
Yeah.
Thank you for catching that.
I'm just thinking because, yes, part of the announcement that we flubbed already. Jesus, Dan. I'm blaming Dan. And yes, Dan will no longer be on Wednesday now. Starting next week, we will be on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. So if
Kyle
you
and
listen
Todd.
to us on... Yeah. I'll
going to double all my
one.
shit.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to disappear from the archive like we disappeared from that Horror Society place.
The Horror Society, yes. Just gonna.
And that has nothing to do with R. Kelly.
There you go. Todd's gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna get kidnapped by Todd's zombie bitches, and they'll just disappear. Be like I never existed. It's there you go. I've exposed Todd on air, so if I do disappear, go looking for that dungeon because it exists. It exists. Caesar knows. Caesar's on to you, Todd. He knows it exists. So we'll expose you. So
nah, I'm not worried about Caesar. He knows better.
So all you take away his privileges, his visiting privileges. But so we're getting ready soon. After our break here, we have a little bit of time to bring on our guests. But all right, I wanted to pitch this because I know I'm probably not going to get to because there's shit we got to talk about. But Todd, I don't know why I was
Okay.
thinking about this, but Todd and I were going back and forth. I've got my casting for the UEW sex comedy. We talk a lot of sex comedies, and I'm gonna say I'm a huge mark for this guy already. I'm all caught up on my UEW, and Darwin Finch, he has got to headline an 80s style sex comedy. It's got to happen. He would be the star. I think Mr. Clark could play his dad. He steals his dad's Porsche, goes down to Tijuana with the front row mafia to, cruise for some poontang. Along the way runs into, I don't know, Funny Bones could play. Funny Bone could be in there somewhere. Kind of have a Day of the Dead theme. He'd fit in there, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe go old school XPW. Bring in like Robert Black is like a drug cartel dude that's going after Darwin Finch, but it'd be pretty cool, Todd. I've already mapped this fucking movie out, Todd. We got to make it.
I know.
I will come down to LA. There you go. I'm telling you. Max X could be like the douche brother, and it could be all sorts of cool shit. It would be cool, Todd. You got to be in it, Todd.
I'm not. All right. I don't know.
There you go. I don't know.
I'd watch it. I'm just telling you now.
I already mapped out the whole thing, but yeah, no, I'm all caught up.
Good.
And yeah. So, well,
no.
What do you think, Todd? Is it a good time to play our song?
No, I'd like, yeah. Let's keep our banter for a few more minutes. I'd like to go to break.
Keep our banter.
Yes.
That works. So we can shoot the shit.
So we can go back to the David Hess buddy comedies.
Oh yeah. Well, David Hess, he'd be great in the UEW sex comedy too. I always wished. I mean, in all seriousness, he was so fucking awesome. I wish he had made more films and more genres. I mean, I know we know him as heel David Hess, but I would have loved to have just seen him playing like a regular dude and what that might have been like. He did comedy well. Smash Cut. He did do a little bit of that later in his career. But yeah, David Hess and Overboard would have been the shit, though.
I 100% agree. Can we just CG his head over?
David Hess is Captain Ron with Martin Short.
I'll just pull some lines from his other movies, and we can make Overboard make sense. Tells Goldie to piss her pants.
We could. There you go. Just like green screen a beach, piss your pants. It'd come out. Yeah, it'd come out really cool. It really would. You can't beat David Hess. I'd like to dub Last House on the Left dialogue into a Disney movie. I've always said we need to do like a dubbing of something. I don't know what that's been requested for years, and I know it takes like a shit ton of work, but it's something we might consider one day. I don't know.
Hello, who's on hold?
I'm not sure how. Oh, Todd?
Damn it, Dan. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Todd.
Okay, well, I hate when this happens. All right, hold. No, I'm screening. I'm trying to screen a call.
Oh, okay. Okay. I
Hello?
wasn't sure what the problem was.
Hello? Dan, can you still hear me?
I can hear you fine, Todd. I don't know if you're
okay.
trying to
I don't know
me
why we're not. The screening's not working. Jesus. All right.
Do you want to go to an extent? We apologize, Blog Talk bullshit, but do you want to go to an extended break while you figure that out, Todd? All right, so we're working on setting up our guests for the second half. We have a little bit of time here, but yes, just to recap, Wednesday. Well, you're back.
Yes, we are. Let's start the break, and we already have a guest waiting. So let's get jumping.
Okay. All is good.
All right. All right. Well, we will be right back. And we are back. We already have a couple people waiting, so I'm going to start right now. Let me introduce first. We have Ozzy V, the ring announcer for UEW.
Everybody.
And
Good
we
evening,
have,
Ozzy.
The Human Tornado.
See?
Tornado? Okay.
Shit like
I'm sorry I had to put you back. I'm sorry I had to put
It's shit like this that always lets me know that people are like getting ready to fuck up every fucking second of this fucking year. It's nothing that you guys have control over. It's just that I heard there was other motherfuckers waiting in line for you to put my black ass in the mix first. Fuck that shit. Okay. We're gonna make the good shit come last, and you put those other bastards on before me. I'm gonna sit here and listen. Is that cool with y'all? So whenever y'all bring me back, please let me know. And I will be right here on standby.
Okay.
I don't want to hear what these other bastards have to say.
Tornado's standing by.
All right. Well, there we go. We got Tornado on standby. We have Ozzy V. Well, Ozzy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Right. So we have a big event this Saturday.
Yes. Mother's Day Massacre.
Yes. I know. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Have we gone through the matches yet?
Yeah. Well, you know what? While we're waiting for callers, let's start going through the card and see who else we got.
Check. Well, I mean, we have Tornado on standby, so let's not, I guess, bring that up first. But, I mean, what's been a pretty ongoing angle on UITV has been Lord of Two versus Insaniac in a two rules match. And everything that's been going on, especially if that is Insaniac, that was watching over his life.
Yeah. Well, we should mention we have tonight is after, I believe it's after we're done tonight. It's going to be on a little later. The new episode of UITV will be debuting. That's what I was told.
Yep. Be a new episode of UITV, and we'll be taking a look at Fern Owens tonight. Blackheart Fern Owens, who's going to be also wrestling this Saturday, putting his title on the line against Corporal Robinson.
Yeah.
And a death match, of course. And
yes, that's gonna be pretty fucking brutal, I would imagine. I saw, it's gonna be tough that title could be going home with Corp. I don't know.
Well, as much as I don't like him, Fern is a tough son of a bitch. So that's a hard one for me to call.
And then, I mean, also, I don't think we should discount the fact that the douchebag, Mr. Clark, is going to be at ringside, of course.
Yes. Well, you know, he said in the past, he may be there, he may not be there. You never know with him.
Bullshit. He comes out with the title on his fucking chest or shoulder, whatever, every fucking time Fern wrestles.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry if that was a little rough, but, you know,
I'm
broke
not
my
arguing.
fucking phone at one time, son of a bitch.
I do remember. Well, I can see we have, okay. Dan, you're caught up with the product. Why don't you ask Ozzy a question? Or Ozzy, why don't you go with the next match while I check who else we have?
Yes, absolutely. Sure. Yes, it's going to be a pretty stacked card, it looks like. I'm very much looking forward to the tag match that you guys have lined up with the homeless assassins. That's going to be pretty fucking brutal too. I mean, I just actually caught up on everything, and I think it's a pretty stacked card. I think I know Lord of Two and Insaniac is also going to be quite personal now, from what I understand, and
definitely in a two rules match as well. That's going to be something else pretty messy. But you were mentioning the tag match. Something else that's important of note, just bring everybody up to speed, is that this tag match is going to be for the number one contenders for the UEW Tag Team Champions. They'll challenge Andre Verdun, BC Killer.
Ooh.
And
then also at the last event, I'm not sure if everybody's cut up on. Excuse me, sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say we have Kyle on the phone now too, but
okay.
So I just want to say, Kyle,
hey, how's everybody doing?
The general manager and acting president of UEW.
Great to have you on again, Kyle.
What did I miss? Where are we at?
Todd just causing trouble like always. You're good.
Todd,
just going down the card.
Those are the highlights of my day.
We need to get a toaster strudel chant. I know that's probably, if you're not on the Facebook, but I'm determined to get that going, and I think you're going to get that. People,
Well,
I'll just say it involves
time-
jizz, and you need to chant it, Todd.
It would actually work if there's another pastry thrown at Insaniac in their match. Last time it was a Pop-Tart. Maybe they're going to try to slightly burn them with a hot toaster strudel. I don't know.
There you go. There you go. Fresh from the Todd Spank Bank. That's pretty fucking
They won't even
hardcore.
need the frosting, really. They can just get the organic kind.
Yes. There you go.
Not too much.
We're a shameless show. It's never too much. So there you go.
Kind of picked up on that.
Oh yeah, I did warn Ozzy. I forgot. Kyle knows.
Kyle knows.
Yes.
Kyle knows. Anything goes here. But yeah, no. This looks like a kick-ass card from top to bottom. And yeah, I guess you guys were a couple matches in there. Yeah, I'm very much. It's interesting having just caught up with UITV. I am a huge Darwin Finch fan. We were talking about that before we actually went on here, and I'm really looking forward to his match, actually.
Oh, Darwin Finch is incredible. I mean, if you watch back from previous when we brought him in on the previous West Coast Cruiser Cups to today, it's fucking insane.
I think Tornado's saying something. Tornado?
No, I ain't saying shit.
Something?
You motherfuckers got me on fucking like secret fucking mode. I'm over here talking to myself. Shit's supposed to be on hold. Listen to other motherfuckers, but you guys blatantly lied. Said you had them up on the line before you brought me back up. Nope. You fucking lied.
Oh well.
Said that you, nope. You said you fucking had other two motherfuckers on the hold, and then you brought me on. I said get rid of me. Put the other two motherfuckers on. It's just you two dumbass bastards still talking. You get what I'm saying here? At any point in time, I was saying anything? Did you understand anything? You motherfuckers got 365 episodes of a fucking Botchamania that you guys don't control, and you guys are being fucking episode number 2 right now. I can't stop you guys from being episode number 2. I mean, I tried, but you guys had to sneak me in here to be episode number 3. I'm in a few of these motherfuckers, so it's like, yeah, what are you guys doing?
I don't know, Tornado.
I got real as fuck for wrestling. I mean, you guys do underground shit, death matches and shit. It should be just as fucking real.
This is true.
Anything you guys miss? Just besides weapons and shit. Maybe a lucha mask to get the message. I know this pro wrestling shit is hard as fuck. It's hard as fuck to translate. But this is America. I mean, that video is pretty tight, huh? You guys watch that? Too much good stuff.
I don't know, Tornado. I'm kind of lost in what's going on. I'll be honest. Yeah. All right. Is everyone else still there?
I don't know what just happened.
I don't know. I'm just curious. Todd, where were you when that they're blaming maybe Insaniac, but I don't know. Where were you, Todd? I'm just saying. We're going down the suspect list. Can anybody account for Todd's whereabouts?
Well, like you said, are we even sure that was him?
Well,
we're not.
But there's I think something to be said about a few weeks ago when UITV started out with Insaniac. I think Todd, it was you filming, so like you're already filming, that part. So maybe you were, quote unquote practicing. Is that what you'd call it? Maybe. Or we're getting sidetracked here. We still here?
Nope. We're having some technical issues. I apologize, guys.
I see.
But Todd, are you still there? Okay, we're working on Todd. So while we're doing that, run down the rest of the card for us because it is stacked.
Well, Kyle,
all right. Well, hold on.
We were just talking about.
Hold on. We got a call. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to be a professional and take it.
Oh. Okay. Oh, wow.
He showed up to the UEW arena last show. He's in the number one contender match. So here we go. We have Homeless Jimmy on the line. Jimmy,
yes.
Welcome to our show. And all right. Did you have something,
What's going on?
Good.
So, this is my first time on your guys' radio.
Yes.
Yes, welcome, Jimmy. It's great having you on.
All right. Who am I talking to?
This is my co-host, Dan.
Okay.
Daniel Shine, and of course you know Todd.
All
the
right.
pervert
Daniel Shine. Is that how you pronounce it? I've seen your name before. I have always pronounced it Sheen, so it's Shine?
It's Shine, but that works. Everybody thinks it's Sheen, but yes, it is Shine.
Hey, I'd rather be a Shine than a Sheen anyways.
There you go. And of course, you know the pervert in the front row. Everyone knows Todd.
Yeah, that asshole booed me last time.
Yes, I might have done that.
Yeah.
No.
Front row mafia wasn't happy with us beating down on the champs.
No, you were definitely not a person we thought we'd ever see back in the underground.
Right. Well, according to the management, I pissed on UEW, but guess what? They're wrong. I was fired. I was let go. I was in a different state when I got let go over the internet, not even a phone call. So guess who got pissed on, and guess who is pissed off now that I'm back?
Yeah.
You thought I was the vicious nomad before. If you guys thought I was the vicious nomad before, just wait until you see what happens this weekend.
Well, you definitely picked two prime targets with Andre and BC. Well, BC was your prime target, but I know I've heard Andre is also not happy. Well, you heard him at the show, but I know the way you've been parading the belts around and, belts you did not earn.
Listen, real quick to get on who's pissed off and who's pissed off. As far as the Vandal goes, I have beef with him a long time before UEW. If you recall, we had a match a long time ago. Can't remember exactly which Fed it was. I believe it was either SCCW or XPW because Kevin was running the show, so it could have been either or. But I had a match against the Vandal. I believe it was was he Vandal then or Lone Star, Todd? Since you're the brainiac of the wrestling, you're the big mark.
And I think he might have been Lone Star at that point. Although,
all right,
wait,
so Lone Star of the Vandal, Andre Verdun, couldn't get the win. So what does he do? He brings out a guy that I've had numerous problems with in the East Coast, right? The Mr. Insanity, Toby Klein. So he brings him out to beat me down so that he could get the win, right? And then I have to face Mr. Insanity the next show for them. So fast forward to UEW, when I decided to push my shopping cart back to California, I show up to UEW, and lo and behold, who's there? The Vandal, Andre Verdun. And so, he pretended to forget all those things, and so did I. But when he started blaming me for his misfortunes with, we won't even mention his name, that you know who I was talking about, the leader of that whatever group. And we're not going to mention it either because that's actually what started all this BS. All right, are you following me here, Todd?
Absolutely, and I will agree with you on that point.
All right, so he was blaming me for all those things, right? And if you watch, if you're a follower of UEW, you'd see that I was knocked out cold outside. I couldn't be there for the Vandal Andre Verdun. So things happened, and that's what's going on between me and Andre. Now, BC Killer, if you remember, let's rewind again to a match that I had against none other than the legend J.D. Hoare, right? We had that 200 light tube match, right? Remember that?
Oh, yes.
All right, cool. So here comes little Sage Sin. She attacks me. And then at the end, I actually pull out a win, right? I managed to actually pull out the win, and I beat J.D. Hoare for the count, 1, 2, 3. As I'm being picked up off the floor, because that was probably one of my hardest matches ever, I'd say. Okay, and so here I am, barely getting up to my feet. Happy that I just won because I'm actually going to get paid. And who comes out? BC Killer and Slam and Stew. Where they come from, who knows? But instead of a reunion and helping me enjoy my win, they attack me, and BC Killer busts my elbow. Remember that?
I do.
All right. So we're going good with this lessons today. And so shortly after that was when that whole shenanigans with the, what was it called? The cult, I guess we'll call them, right? Once that shenanigans started, somehow they figured out how to manage to go around the contract that I had signed, right? And being that I'm homeless and stuff, they figured that, I wouldn't be able to get a nice, fine lawyer to, counteract their stupidity. They fired me, and I was gone. So I left for a while, and when I found out that their contract had a small, what is it called? Help me out here, because I'm a little stoned and aggravated, so I'm not thinking right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see? I was not able to be let go because I had a contract saying that I was exclusive UEW, and that because of the contract the way it was, they weren't able to fire me. They had no grounds to firing me. And so therefore, when they said that they're parting ways with me, right, without getting into technical terms, they said they wanted to part ways with me. And so I'm pissed, So now I came back, since I'm not fired. And I came back and took what I thought should be mine now, which were the belts. See, I've been playing nice with UEW characters around there, and when I was gone, I went to some of the other federations that wanted to try and tangle up with me, and it just made me a little bit more vicious. What could I say? Why am I the only one talking? There's no questions going on here, Todd?
No. I was letting you speak. I was actually going to say, you were out over on the East Coast at GCW. You won the 2017 Blood Brothers Pro Wrestling Crimson Cup tournament.
Yep.
I want to say, were you in IWA also?
I did. I was in IWA twice. I beat Connor Claxton, and then I beat. Man, the memory's just not there anymore. But whoever I wrestled the second time in IWA. Can't remember. That one guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been in IWA a few times and GCW a few times, and then one time for Blood Brothers, which was probably my one of my biggest moments, apart from winning the tag team championship in Japan. The Crimson Cup was definitely one of my highlights that will never be forgot, at least not for me, with Blood Brothers. So there we have it.
Yeah.
So any
Dan,
questions?
That's what I was just going to throw to you.
Absolutely.
Dan? Yeah.
Well, I do think it's going to be quite
Daniel,
interesting.
why don't you put Todd to the side for a minute, Daniel? Let's talk.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, fuck off, Todd. Anyways,
yeah,
we've
go read
had
some
recent...
little boy magazines, Todd.
There you go. There you go, Todd. Yeah, Todd's going to make an open challenge for the next show. We'll get to that later.
All right.
But there was some recent dissent, it appears, between Andre and BC, and should you guys get past Urban Discipline, there could be some trouble there. Maybe a 2-on-1 scenario.
So they're a cohesive unit now?
I don't know. It didn't look like it to me.
No, I don't think so. They've been feuding ever since I think the beginning of UEW.
Yeah. Their feud is storied going back to the early days.
Is that Todd talking again?
He is, Todd.
Yeah, Daniel, I'm about to hang up. If I hear that voice one more time, because you know what? I don't support people that don't support me.
Absolutely, Todd. Todd, fuck off, Todd. I'm telling you, if Todd gets hit with some sort of foreign object at the upcoming show, I'm just saying there might be $20 in it for somebody. I mean, shit happens.
All right.
People slip.
Hey, you don't have to twist my arm when it comes to offering money. $20, shit. That's more than I get for the match.
Shit. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You'd probably pay $20 to punch Todd in the mouth. That's There you go, Todd.
Although you know what, I don't take Todd lightly just because he's a big happy-go-lucky-looking guy. I don't take him lightly. He's got a fucking hand that could probably wrap around my face.
That's true. That's true. Don't take any open drinks from Todd. We've heard. We know about you, Todd. We're on to you. We're on to you, Todd.
Yeah, we're on to Todd.
I'm just saying, if Andre or BC walk out on each other and need a partner, Todd, you got to step in there, man.
There you go.
You want to see the belt?
Know. You want to see this belt stay around your little champs? Go in and try and help.
Am I allowed to respond to that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, respond. Go ahead, Todd. It's all yours. Take it.
Okay.
Come on, talk up.
Well,
all right. There you go, Todd. Come on.
See, now I don't even know what to say.
We're waiting for you, Todd.
I see that. Andre,
all right. I guess he doesn't have anything to say, Daniel. So go ahead.
My theory is, we never did. Was Tool ever unmasked in XPW? Because I'm thinking, Todd, you're a tall guy. I'm thinking you're Tool, Todd. That's my theory.
You know what? I think you're onto something, Daniel. Tool was never unmasked. That's kind of a creepy assumption there, bro. That's wow. Now I'm starting to see the resemblance too, man. I mean, he kind of let himself go a little bit, but I mean, just a little.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I hope it's not him.
You go in Todd's basement. That gimp mask is down there. Todd's getting fired up right now. Todd's gonna Hulk up, go to the back, come out with the gimp mask.
Oh shit! Well, if I come walking in like I was riding a pony, you know where I was at. Todd's basement.
Yeah. Well,
all right. So I guess no real good questions. Anybody? Living on the streets, I'm paying for every minute here to talk to you guys. So,
and we do appreciate that. Even I may not be your biggest fan anymore, but I do respect you, Jimmy. I will say
I respect you too, brother. Right.
But thank you. Did you say?
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to interject here, Mr. Jimmy. This is Ozzy.
Yeah.
I'm the ring announcer and commentator.
Ozzy, yeah.
So yeah, how you doing?
Good.
Well,
how you doing?
Actually, you just answered how you doing. But anyhow, you mentioned how.
Wait a minute. Are you getting that? Are you getting fresh with me here, brother?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not.
You're telling me what I just said now. Ozzy,
No.
don't start on a bad foot.
Match.
All right.
I'm not trying to start on a bad foot. I just want to get to the match this Saturday.
Don't be a Todd.
I'm far from a Todd.
All right.
Let's not get carried away.
Anyhow,
you
want to get far from Todd, especially when he's wearing the gimp outfit.
This is true.
Yeah, I've seen Pulp Fiction. I don't want to, that's not.
Yeah, that
cool.
was Todd.
Anyhow, you have a match this Saturday.
All right, so get to the question.
You have a match this Saturday with against Urban D, Max Ammo, and Jimmy Mayhem. Is there any words you have for them?
Well, make sure they hold on to their D because I'm going to kick them right in the nuts. Their Urban D is going to be Urban Dick in the dirt.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
and
I walked up. See, what you guys don't realize is I walked up to them so that I could see them one-on-one in their eyes and see what they're about. And Jimmy Mayhem really showed me what he was about. As far as the other British dork, yeah, he ain't gonna last long because I heard they're wanting to deport his ass anyway. So I don't see too much heart in him and his little show enough guy. Yeah. He'll pay for putting his hands on me when I was coming up there with the white flag. When I'm dressed in my homeless Jimmy shirt, and you're gonna sit there and try and rough me up, when I'm coming there to just kind of talk, we weren't there to jump anybody. I leave that stuff for the ring. Jumping somebody behind their back, I leave those kind of shenanigans to guys like Billy Graham and Masada. Or guys that jump you from behind like BC Killer or let's say who else does that? Help me out there, Todd. You know all the villains.
Who else would you?
All right, that's enough. Ozzy, you come on, man, help me out here.
Well, here's actually what I want to get to real quick, is you mentioned that there's a possibility that Max Ammo may be deported. If that's the case, don't you think he'd be kind of on a nothing to lose kind of mindset? Don't you think that adds maybe another level here, that maybe that wasn't there the previous times you faced him before?
Well, I don't really remember facing Urban D ever. I think I was maybe tussled with him a little bit while I was in that battle royal for one of the young men that his mom passed away. I just won't mention any names just out of respect. But we were there for a benefit show, and it was a battle royal, and I think that was the only time I've ever locked up with Urban D.
Okay, I understand that. My mistake on that. But still,
no, it's okay. Hey, it's okay. Not everybody could be perfect like Todd.
This is true.
Right. But still, I mean,
right.
If there's a possibility that Max Ammo is deported and he knows this could be coming, again, don't you think that adds another level of kind of just, he has an anything goes kind of mentality, like if he's going to go soon, he might as well go out with a bang, and why not use this Saturday as an example?
Well, let me ask you this question. Ask me if I care.
It's not like a real
care,
question
Jimmy?
because I only have one real answer to. Do you care about?
No, I do not. So the answer is, if he has nothing to lose, then I don't have nothing to lose, and it's going to be a great fucking show, ain't it?
I guess, but at the same time, it's well, you're in possession of the UEW tag team titles at the moment. Been parading the brand around Vegas and such. So, I mean, what's to say?
What about that? What about that, Ozzy V? Are you upset that we were prancing around with the UEW titles? Now, just so you know, neither one of us. Hey! Don't cut me off now. Don't be a Todd. Don't be a Todd.
I'm not being a Todd.
Hey, don't be a Todd. Let me finish what I was saying.
You asked me if I was upset, and I was actually going to make a point about that, but go ahead.
Are you done?
Well, I can
Is it
make
my turn to
point
talk
real
now?
quick. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I see. You guys invited me to this show to talk to you guys, and I'm seeing a bunch of, foul mouth, talking back kind of guys. The only person I like there right now is Daniel. Where are you at, Daniel?
Well, you have very good taste,
Ask the question
Jimmy.
Ozzy V wants to. What?
You have good taste, Jimmy. I mean, Todd was talking a lot of shit, but he doesn't talk it when you're on the line here. It's a little quiet.
Right.
I said I was going to be respectful.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Thank you. Maybe I'll be respectful and not take that 20 from Daniel.
There you go. It stands.
There you go.
I mean, shit happens.
All right. So, real quick, I'm going to answer Ozzy V's question. If Max Ammo has nothing to lose and he wants to bring it all, and he wins the chance, he beats us, right? I'll just wait until they have to forfeit the titles because he's getting deported. What do you guys? What is Kyle gonna sit there and pull money out of UEW to save his butt from being deported?
Well,
I
don't want to get technical, but if he is a champion, I think that it increases his chances of getting a work visa.
Well, the homeless assassins are going to make sure that doesn't happen. Because I think he needs to be deported so that his family could see him once again. He's been here long enough. We don't need to see him. And Jimmy Mayhem, he needs to be taught a lesson too, and maybe he'll eventually join the Assassins. You never know.
Now, actually, mentioning the Assassins, your partner, the Hellaware Assassin, did you want to mention him at all? Because I'm not sure if everyone's familiar, rather.
If anyone's familiar with him?
If everybody listening is familiar with the Hellaware Assassin.
All right, well, here's the thing. If anybody's listening to this damn show, they're big fucking marks. And if they're big marks, they're going to go on the internet and they're going to go and look up Hellaware Assassin to see who this jerk is, right? This guy just walked in and took the fucking titles, right? They just took your hero's titles, right? And you're not going to look them up? Come on now. So I bet everybody that's going to show up to UEW is going to know who Hellaware Assassin is. And if they don't know yet, they will find out this Saturday.
Okay. Well, to your point, with all due respect, that's from the perspective of the Internet. I was asking you the question because I wanted to know if you had a particular perspective that you wanted to share that maybe people don't know about your partner, the Hellaware Assassin.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Sorry, I'm on the defensive. I started the conversation today on the radio with Todd. So I'm up in arms. I'm sorry, Ozzy. I'll have to apologize to you for being so vicious.
That's okay.
All right. So To answer your question, years ago, I believe it was somewhere around 2002, 2003, I believe, I actually teamed up with the Hellaware Assassin for a company that was called, shoot, hold on. I have to bring that out of my brain real quick. It was...
I know you mentioned
Hellaware Championship Wrestling, HCW. So me and him tag team against the late and great Marvin, which was Brain Damage, and Madman Pondo, and we actually, I believe we won that match. I do not recall 100% because, after wrestling for 23 years, I just don't remember which ones I lost and which ones I've won. Unless it's on video or the internet, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I sometimes forget which ones I won or lost.
Yeah.
But we did tag team. We did a couple of times. We've tagged, and he decided to move out here to California. And years ago, he actually we should have seen him in UEW about a year or so ago when Billy Graham was around. And see, I was going to not mention his name just because, but Billy Graham was feeding us a bunch of bullshit about this guy, that I knew wasn't what Billy Graham was saying, but because Billy Graham was the cult leader, I had to sit there and back him up and, didn't back up my friend. And so once Billy Graham was out of the picture and I was no longer in UEW, I went ahead and contacted the Hellaware Assassin, and I asked him if he would like to join me in the pursuit of this title of your guys. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to say this, and I'll repeat it over and over again if I have to, okay? UEW, in my mind, is one of the number one wrestling companies in Southern California, okay? I know there's other good companies that have been joined with the major companies and stuff like that. Good for them. But as far as deathmatch wrestling and hardcore wrestling, UEW is the place. So I told Hellaware Assassin, I said, let's go back to UEW. I found that little mistake in their contract clause, and let's do it. And he said, hell yeah, let's do it. And here we are. And unless something dramatically changes, we're going to be there for a long time.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, Ozzy B?
Yeah, no, it does. But I actually have a follow-up question of something you mentioned, if that's all right, if I can ask you another.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you mentioned at one point that you backed Billy Graham instead of backing your friend, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so after you left UEW and he called you, I mean, I don't know, it seems kind of weird. Like,
I called him.
Exactly, you called him, and you said, "Hey, let's go to UEW. There's a contract clause that allows me to come back."
Right.
But at the same time,
his first question was, "Is that asshole, dumbass, woman-looking freak called Billy Graham, is he there?" And I said, "No, he's certainly not there." And he said, "Fuck yeah, let's go." So we'll finish your question now.
Okay, right. But at the same time, you technically didn't back him when he needed you. So now that, or rather after you had left, and then you called him, and you told him that, hey, they screwed me over, let's go back. What's to say that he won't kind of use this Saturday as a big spotlight to maybe, leave you hanging at one point as payback for not sticking up for him when he needed a gig?
Wow. Ozzy V, you are really good, but, you got to get a bigger stick to try and stick that in that hornet's nest, because that ain't going to work. Because Hellaware Assassin and myself are a cohesive team, and we do not, by any chance, have any problem with each other. As a matter of fact, he came out here looking for a wrestling spot. He hit up UEW. As far as I know, UEW told him no. I wasn't part of that. All I knew is Billy Graham was like, Hello Assassin wants to come kick my ass. So, you boys got my back, right? Well, he's the cult leader. You got to do what you got to do. JD and the Pumpkin Queen were there too, and we had that discussion. We said we'd back him up because he's the cult leader. That's what you do when you have a manager or a cult leader. You back them up, right? Now, Hello Assassin was smart enough not to come to a company that is not going to stand there with open arms. They're going to stand there with weapons and a bunch of goombas that are going to sit there and attack him just because one old senile man said he was a bad person. And I didn't agree with it, but I didn't also agree with the fact that Hello Assassin was going to come and beat up this old, feeble, old, senile man, right? And so I didn't back him up. There was no not backing him up. I just wasn't going to beat up my friends for another friend. You understand?
I see. I do. Okay.
So, and if you wanna go into it deeper and further and cut through the bullshit, I called him up and said, listen, now's not a good time, bro. These guys are a bunch of young fucks that don't know the business and are listening to an old senile fuck that thinks he knows the business, right? And so now's not a good time. And so he said, all right, Jimmy, thanks for the heads up. I'll go elsewhere. And so he did what he did. He actually went back to the East Coast and did what he was doing on his own time, whatever. I don't follow all my friends, what they do by, every moment. You could ask him those questions if he decides to join after I hang up on you guys. But, he came. He was around here. He was in California, and when like I said, once I decided I wanted to come back, I hit him up, and it was a hell yeah. So, any more questions?
No, that's pretty much. All
right. Well, I hate goodbyes, so.
All right. Well.
Okay.
Well,
goodbye. That was Soulless Jimmy. Yeah,
okay.
He is gone.
All right.
Well, Todd, you gotta stop stirring the pot, Todd.
I was professional. That's why I was so quiet. Yeah. Okay. Well, we do still. We got about 15 minutes. Let's finish the card.
Okay.
And Ozzy has an announcement at the end too.
Yes, but. Tornado still on the line. Did we have him on standby? We had Homeless Jimmy on for a while. I think
he hung up too. We're not having a good record of keeping people on the phone. At least with our acting president Kyle Wilde got disconnected.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Todd, it's all because you cheer for crumpet-eating shit pickles. You gotta, Todd, have some class, man. Jimmy's a legend. UEW needs some change.
Yeah, not that kind of change.
Well, there you go.
Yikes.
Tool.
All righty. So, we can just
Todd.
run down the rest of the card real quick before we gotta take off. So we mentioned the number one contenders match for the UEW Tag Titles, Homeless Jimmy and Hello Assassin, going by the Homeless Assassins, taking on Urban Discipline. And we mentioned Tornado earlier against Darwin Finch, which that should be a great one. Tornado, obviously a former UITV champion, and Darwin Finch has been having a pretty good run here recently, so I'm looking forward to that one. And we mentioned Lord of Two versus Insaniac under the two rules. And then we also have the women's division match. Wasn't sure if you were aware that with Ioka still against a mystery opponent. Not sure who that's going to be. But she was impressive against Mariah Moreno at the last event, March of the Damned, if you haven't had a chance to get up on that.
Great match. Yes.
Yeah. And we also have a fatal four-way with charming Bianca Crescenzo, with the douchebag, the suit, Mr. Clark. Sorry, that just slides in there naturally. I apologize. Now there's two newcomers coming in. Not sure if you heard about these guys. One goes by Man in Black, Alex Saliers, and then the other American Oni, who we actually got some footage from that should be on UITV tonight, I believe. Now, another person in that Fatal 4-Way match is the Chiver Freddie Havoc, returning after a long hiatus. He's looking forward to really busting some heads and getting going strong with the victory here, hopefully this Saturday. Then there's also a barbed wire bats and boards match featuring former Wrestler of Death Guido, now competing as Guido. Of course, just Guido dropping the Wrestler of Death. He'll be competing against Trevor Fury. And then we also have a few title matches coming up with first UEW Eastern Pacific champion Mike Rain will be taking on a mystery opponent as well. He recently defended his championship. Not sure if you had a chance to see this against Funny Bone over an event in February, but he was successful in that event there. So we'll find out who that is this Saturday. And we also have an Underground ITV match with Hardcore Kamikaze Max X champion challenged by Bloodthirsty Vixen Mariah Moreno. And not the first time Max X has defended this title against Woman, where he defended against Sage Sin earlier in the year. And, of course, I think that's... And then once we have that, the main event tonight, we mentioned earlier, the UEW Heavyweight Championship, Blackheart Fern Owens versus Corporal Robinson in a death match. And, if it was one-on-one, Daniel, I agree with you that Corporal Robinson could easily take that title, but that X factor of Mr. Clark, I don't trust it.
It is certainly going to be interesting. Blood is going to flow in that match. There's no doubt about it. For any of you listeners that are unfamiliar with UEW, this is some brutal fucking shit. If you love gore, if you love great technical wrestling, deathmatch wrestling, you're going to get it from UEW. It's something you don't see it in WWE. You don't see it on Impact. This is wrestling as it's meant to be. It is fucking brutal. It is fucking intense. You will not get this on TV. And if you are in the California area, or if you want to drive in, I guarantee there's not going to be a hotter ticket in town than UEW and Mother's Day Massacre. This is going to be fucking intense.
And don't forget,
buy one get one free, getting them online.
Yes.
And our moms are still free, from what I heard. But what I was going to say was, if you can't get tickets to the show, you can watch UEW events on Vimeo.com. You can rent the full events. You can buy the full events. You can pick up DVDs from FleshWoundFeatures.com. Just click on Underground Empire Wrestling.
And Blu-rays, of course.
And Blu-ray, thank you.
It is 2018. So do we have them on Laserdisc, too?
I
Laserdisc,
wish.
VHS.
I would pop the fucking UW Laserdisc.
Old school big box.
UW VHS. I believe I
actually think we should have. We should actually have UEW Laserdiscs just to put them in death matches. Like I'm sure Tanky wouldn't mind adding some of that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to see Todd get the shit beat out of him in glorious 1080p. I will definitely be ordering that from Flesh Wound Features.
Oh, well, you can already get
$20.
That was
$20, Todd.
Wait, Malicious Intent 2016, but that's another story.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And it's only a punch.
Todd brings it out. Todd brings it out. Everybody wants to beat the shit out of Todd. It's going to be like one big beat down at the end of that show, Todd. If you keep running your mouth, Todd.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. I've participated in quite a few UEW rides, but that's a whole other thing. We did have an announcement that we wanted.
Should we get to that right now?
We wanted to make them. Yeah, we only got about 10 minutes left, so we might as well.
Okay. So yeah, beginning next Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we good? Yeah.
Oh no. Yes. Yep. Go for it, Ozzy.
Okay. So yeah, next Thursday we're gonna have a UEW podcast. UEW podcast. It's gonna be at 8 p.m. I believe. Brought to you by Flesh Wound Features, sponsored by UEW. Am I right on that, Todd? 8 p.m.
Yes, you are, and it's with the. Well, I don't know. Can we let the cat out of the bag about the other thing? It's going to get announced tonight when the episode airs. That UEW is going. How do I word this? For the television for UITV, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, every other week.
Technically, you can use bi-weekly or bi-monthly because if you look it up in the dictionary, if anybody uses that anymore, it's fine. Anyhow, so yeah, we're starting next week. Will be UEW podcast, and then on the opposite weeks will be UITV. So then each week there will always be UEW programming. Every Thursday, one will be a podcast, the other will be UITV. We'll still bring you some Vintage Violet segments. And, of course, main event each week, or rather every other week. Sorry, force of habit.
Yes. Well, there'll be
and then on the
every
opposite
week.
Weeks we'll have and then we'll have the UEW podcast where we'll have, guests call in, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hopefully no more Jimmy, but I have a feeling he'll still be calling it. He seems like he has a lot to say.
That's what I was
I'm telling you, man.
Go ahead.
When
he first came on. Oh yeah. No, when he first came on, he kind of just started going off in kind of another world. So I kind of didn't want to interrupt him. But then at the very end, I just thought it was kind of funny how he goes off on his thing, and then at the very end says, "How come I'm the only one talking?" It's almost like we didn't want to interrupt him,
Yeah. That's why I said in the beginning I was going to be respectful, as much as I'm not a fan of his anymore. After what he did, yeah.
I understand that. He hasn't done anything to me personally, and I'm still kind of new to the underground, so I understand where you're coming from, but I guess I'm just remaining neutral, and unless he breaks my phone like that douchebag, Mr. Clark.
Yeah, phone breaking happens quite a bit. I think that's like the announcer initiation. I remember Kyle's phone was broken previously by Andre, so I guess it's a UEW announcer rite of passage.
Rite of passage saying, "Fuck the new guy, shut the fuck up," and then break his phone.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I sit on the other side of the guardrail.
Right.
Todd, I think something else is going to break with you, man. You pissed him off quite a bit. I think you might want to be the back row mafia at this point.
That's all right. I have people who are supposed to protect me, so I'm insulated. Not that I need it, but I do.
You key word there is supposed to. People who are supposed to take care of me. With that guy, after what I just heard, I don't know if I could trust anybody that's supposed to do anything.
This is true.
So I'm just have like a backup plan.
Yeah. Gimp mask coming back, Todd. Telling you, man.
I'll start bringing my Tito pipe.
And there you go. Just saying, you got to stop talking shit, Todd. Stop talking shit to the legends, Todd. You're gonna get punched by everybody. You're gonna go down the list. You're gonna just straight down the list. Everybody's gonna punch you.
Well,
everyone, Todd.
I think I fear this punch more than the last one, but even still.
There you go. Still talking shit, Todd. But yes, we are looking forward to the new podcast. If you enjoy hearing Todd talk shit, and who knows, maybe somebody will surprise him, kick the crap out of him live on air. You never know. Anything can happen on the UEW podcast. So yeah, there you go.
Looking forward to
Todd,
it.
troublemaker tonight.
Yeah. Did we mention Ozzy V will be hosting? Ozzy, you didn't even mention yourself.
I didn't know if we wanted to reveal that as well.
Well, oops.
It's okay. Well, it's revealed. I'll be hosting, and you know what? I'm actually looking forward to it. We'll have people call in if we can have, I know you hate him, but if Homeless Jimmy ever wants to call back, and because I'm an inquisitive guy, I have questions. I'd actually like to ask him some random questions because he has some random thoughts. I'd maybe like to delve into that kind of psyche, whatever, just out of curiosity. But I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I will probably be taking a more of a back seat on those segments because I do have producing duties to do and screening calls.
I understand,
and such,
and you can call, whatever you're doing that we can't see, producing duties, but we all know what it is, so you don't need to hide.
Right.
Is that not cool? I was just going with the flow. No? Good?
Yeah. All right. Wait.
Do we lose it? Wow.
I got. I'll use my beeps. I got stuff on here. So.
Oh. Or choice of words. Yeah. We talked about toaster strudel earlier, and you just said I just got stuff on here.
What a maneuver!
We don't know what you're.
There you go.
Todd, yeah.
I know. I can't believe I forgot
that
how
ass
to beep.
whipping's coming.
I could have beeped on. Oh. I can.
What?
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I feel comfortable.
I'm gonna let you take your thing and put it up that thing.
Ozzy, you don't want to know what that's from.
We do have a
regular
segment
listeners know.
We do have a segment on this show, Fleshman After Dark, where we do review other content, too. Vintage content.
Yes.
Dan's been begging for some Extreme Associates, which we have not done yet, but
I don't know if I can trust anything. Well, there you go.
I always forget I have stuff on the board, so
still poor choice of words.
I know. Well, I do want to thank. Wait, should I be thanking or apologizing? I still don't know why Tornado was mad at us, because when I screened him, I asked if I could put him on hold, and he got mad at me. And then I heard like drag racing in the background, so I muted him. But I think that angered me more.
Was it like Fast and Furious?
Todd,
yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Todd, you have like Chris Benoit level heat now with like everybody. Just everybody's going to beat the shit out of you, Todd. It's not going to matter. Kyle beat the shit out of you. Jimmy beat the shit out of you. It's going to go straight down the list, Todd.
I know. I'm going to get pimp smacked by Tornado in the opener, or in the first, earlier on.
There you go.
Shit, I'm not even. Well, we got 90 seconds while we're still live. I just want to say real quick, next week we'll be back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, p.m. Pacific for Flesh Wound Radio. And we don't have everything finalized, but we will 100% have director's cut starring Penn Jillette, directed by Adam Rifkin. Hopefully I'm right on that. I'm just trying to do this really quick. So, So we'll have that, and then the following day on Thursday we will have the debut of the wrestling podcast sponsored by UEW, and that will start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. So be sure to come back and then. Oh shit! See, I'm trying to wrestle.
It's okay. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern Standard Time. For those
okay.
There you go.
I do it the opposite way for the regular show, so it threw me off. All right, so there's that.
Okay.
Todd, you fucked up, Todd.
Damn
it.
I did.
No more fucking up.
I was
Todd.
trying to rush. But okay. So,
all right.
Before we go, anything else you would like to plug or say, Ozzy? No rush. We may go into the archive, but that's not a huge deal.
Okay, cool. No, yeah, just the wrestling podcast next week. I'll be your host, and we'll get some people calling in and talk about not only UEW stuff, but also anything in the world of wrestling. And should be a good time. Again, really looking forward to it. 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time next week, 11 on the East Coast.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And if they would like to follow you on Facebook and Instagram, do you know where they should point? You should point them.
Oh yes, of course. Instagram Ozzy_V. That's OZZY_VEE. And just fair warning, there's some stupid videos on there. Some real stupid videos. But it's fun.
Yeah, see, be sure to find the ones where he talks about his love of Roman Reigns. Those are always entertaining.
You know what? Fuck you, Todd. Can I get? I'm sorry. We're not live. Can I get fucking pissed off real quick if you fucking mention that motherfucker?
Absolutely.
Is that a problem? God fucking damn it, Daniel. I mean, you have no fucking clue how much shit I get from this cocksucker about this goddamn Roman Reigns bullshit. I swear to fucking God, if I see one more motherfucker give me the fucking punch taunt or whatever, I'm going to flip my fucking shit. I swear to God. Daniel, I've said this to Todd. I think it's bullshit that some motherfucking Samoan fucked Brendan Fraser on the set of Encino Man, and their fucking child is all of a sudden this fucking big motherfucker that is younger than me, but I'm older, so that motherfucker looks like me. Fuck him.
Wow. Well,
I just said you're a fan
fuck
of
him
his,
indeed.
but I didn't say anything else.
Fuck you, Todd.
Ozzy's too sensitive.
No, you're just too much of a douchebag. Is that a possibility? You ever thought about that? Fuck.
I have
fuck
not.
you, Todd. God damn it, Todd. Everyone.
You could also
Everyone. Can we all just agree that Todd fucking sucks? I mean, we need I'm telling you, Todd. We need a fucking Todd.
Hold on,
chant
wait.
to
I'm
open
sorry.
every show.
I'm sorry. No, hold on a second. I got carried away. There's, I know Avengers is hot right now. Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk. Not necessarily the Hulk, but, there's a certain level of rage I get when certain shit happens, with one name or another. So I apologize. I didn't mean to get carried away. I just...
the Hulk in the Avengers is my favorite Hulk. That's
too bad he wasn't really in the fucking last one. God damn it. Sorry.
No, yes. He's much better
no
than
love for Lou
Norton
Ferrigno, Todd.
No, the 13 going on 30 guy is better than Lou Ferrigno. He's better than Edward Norton. He is the Hulk.
Wow. No love for the racist Hulk?
Racist Hulk?
Ferrigno? Which one's that?
Hulk Hogan, Todd. Jesus fucking Christ. Most famous wrestler of all time. Todd no-showed my joke.
Damn it.
But I mean,
I forgot, yes.
Good point.
The Incredible Hulk Hogan. Sweet. I forgot about that Hulk.
There you go.
I was like, I know.
Come on.
All right. You can also follow Underground Empire Wrestling on Facebook at Underground Empire Wrestling, UEW Wrestling on Instagram and Twitter. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
sorry.
I'm gonna pivot out. Screw it. I can do it now. It's my show. You can follow Front Row Mafia at UEW Front Row Mafia on Facebook, also on Twitter and Instagram. And Dan, I know you have some auctions to pimp out.
You're not pimping out your Tinder, Todd?
My
you
wife
always
might
do.
listen.
Don't stop now. Oh, okay. Well, I get that. Yes, Flesh Wound Dan on eBay. Buy some shit because I'm gonna need to pay out that $20 when Jimmy bitch smacks Todd at Mother's Day Massacre. So buy some shit, guys.
All right.
And then
with
if you need an extra $20 there, I think Tornado will be willing to give him another smack too, considering what happened.
Oh, sorry.
You need to throw that in there.
I still don't know what I did.
Hey, lick my plate, you dog dick.
There
you go, Jimmy. You see, he waits till you tune out. That's Todd, man. It's like he's a cowardly heel.
I know. Well, I guess on that note, I'm just going to let it go, and we'll be back next week.
Yes.
I guess we'll go out with one of Dan's favorite wrestling teams, or wrestlers. And thank you to everyone who joined us. Thank you, Ozzy, for staying the whole time. And we'll see you guys. Well, you'll hear us next week. Good night.
Good night, guys.
You're soft, you're sloppy. They calling me Poppy. I'm rolling in bands, you riding around and I beat up July. Hey, don't. Bros wanna copy, but they are just not. I'm up in the club, stacking the ducks, stuck in a lobby. I'm hot like sauce. You soft like Foster. You ain't heard of me? Well, you probably are. Nice to meet you. So good to see you. Bros wanna act hard, they take it easy. You soft.